Why patience is power. Priceless benefits of being patient. Have you ever felt the world crushing in on you? Deadlines looming, phone buzzing, conflicts spiraling out of control. Why does everything feel urgent? In the neon glare of the city, Priya races through crowded streets after another 12-hour shift. Her mind is heavy with worry. A delayed promotion, a distant lover, dreams slipping away. At 3 a.m., she lies awake, heart pounding. "I can't do this anymore," she whispers in the dark. "Am I weak?" This overwhelming stress, these endless struggles, seem to demand one thing: action, control, speed. But what if the answer is not to push harder, but to wait? What if true strength lies in stillness? In the chaos of honking taxis and flickering streetlights, patience feels impossible. The city's pulse is frenetic, people jostling, traffic snarled, smartphones pinging like alarms. Priya's thoughts race. Why isn't the email sent yet? Why isn't the child sleeping? Why am I still not happy? Every second stretches. In this frantic present, time becomes an enemy. Yet Buddhism offers a different view. Perhaps life only happens right now, always in this single, eternal now. In this vision, your entire life, past mistakes, future hopes, unfolds in one timeless moment. The past and future are merely mental constructs. What truly exists is this breath, this heartbeat, this dawn light. Each flashing billboard and towering building seems to taunt Priya with a question. How much longer will you chase? Under the weight of career setbacks and personal failures, she reaches a breaking point. Tears slip silently as the exhaustion sinks in. In that silence, a small voice in her mind remembers something read long ago. Water falling, drop by drop, will fill even a large pot. The verse images a gentle rain, performing the impossible through persistence. It reminds her that even the smallest act, done consistently, builds something great over time. This insight is a seed of light in her darkness. Maybe the answer is not in force and speed, but in steady perseverance, in tiny drops of effort, in the mysterious power of waiting and letting life unfold. Under pressure. The next morning, Priya groggily sips her cold coffee as the skyline turns peach. The office is already buzzing with activity. Emails flood in. Her boss is tense. "We need results now, Priya," he snaps. She clenches her fists, feeling panic rise. Last week's code still has bugs. This morning the launch date is pushed up again. Simultaneously, her phone lights up. A voicemail from a friend who canceled plans. A text from her father reminding her of an appointment. Everything is urgent. She used to believe that ambition was the key to happiness. Work harder, achieve more, feel better. But lately, every accomplishment tastes empty. Each success only begets a new mountain to climb. Career pressure mounts like a skyscraper, and her relationships feel neglected. In meetings and chats, Priya finds herself rushing through conversations, annoyed by small delays. She misses the gentle moments, the morning sunlight through curtains, the warmth of her partner's smile. In this relentless race, what did she lose? Exhausted and impatient, Priya snaps at a colleague over a minor mistake. Immediately, she feels shame. Why did she react with anger? Deep down, the truth aches. She is hurting. The weight of her own expectations is dragging her under. The busy world demands efficiency, but her mind screams for mercy. In a fit of frustration, she texts her sister, "I'm done. Everything's pointless." This is her breaking point. Exhaustion, fear, and loneliness colliding. Priya steps outside into the cool morning air, trying to catch her breath. The city moves without her, Cyclists whoosh by, shopkeepers sweep the sidewalks, distant traffic hums. She blinks away tears and observes a simple scene. An old man watering a small plant on the curb, one careful scoop of water at a time. The plant is wilting, yet he waits for each drop to be absorbed by its roots. No rush, just patience. This image calms her racing mind. Even as chaos swirls, something patient is thriving quietly. In this moment of fragile stillness, a question surfaces. Is patience really a weakness, or is it a hidden kind of strength? In her heart, a distant memory takes shape. A line from a book surfaces. Kanti, patience is a power. Could it be true? Could waiting, rather than doing, be the key to peace? A dream within that night, Priya falls into an uneasy sleep. In dreams, reality often speaks more clearly. She dreams of herself, sitting cross-legged under a banyan tree in a village courtyard. Strange, because she's never been to that village, and the air smells of incense and rain. An old monk sits opposite her. He smiles kindly and says nothing, but the words come into her mind. Your mind is like the sky. Your thoughts are clouds passing by. Above them, the sky is golden black, a vast, starry void. Priya feels her chest expand with awe. She knows this scene. It feels familiar, as if from another life. In the dream, Priya's mind is still for a moment. The world's demands and deadlines vanish. She feels warmth and serenity. The old monk reaches out and gently touches her hand. Without speaking, he conveys understanding. She is tired, but she is not alone. Life is far more mysterious than she believes. In that unspoken teaching, she recalls something true. Buddhist teachers often say, life is like a dream. Everything she worries about feels vivid now, but it is as insubstantial as a reflection in water. The monk's eyes seem to say that the panic and the urgency, even her own identity, might be illusions from which she can awaken. As the dream shifts, Priya suddenly stands alone in a vast desert under the stars. A gentle voice echoes, "You have lived many lifetimes." At once she knows it is true. In this dream, she recalls faces and places she's never consciously seen, an earlier life in a faraway land, planting seeds by hand. Another life as a teacher, calmly guiding students. These are fragments, silent memories. Along with them comes a vision of her anxious, modern self. It flickers and fades like an image on water. The realization swells. Time is not as I thought. The old monk's teachings and her strange visions reveal that past, present, and future are threads woven into a single tapestry. All lives she's lived are interlinked, every thought and action echoing onward. This vast perspective makes her feel both tiny and infinite. In dreams, she's glimpsed eternity. She wakes before dawn, heart thrumming but calm. Morning light filters through her curtains. Priya sits up and closes her eyes, trying to hold on to that clarity. The words echo. The past does not exist. The future does not exist. The only thing in existence is the present moment. For a moment, she truly believes it. All the hurried worries of yesterday and tomorrow are like clouds in the sky of her consciousness, real enough to see, but fleeting. The path of patience. The next day, Priya opens her eyes to a quiet resolve. She still has tasks to do, but something inside her has shifted. Instead of racing, she decides to breathe deeply and just be present. At work, when her computer crashes, she takes a slow breath instead of an angry roar. She remembers the old monk in her dream. In that peaceful village scene, nothing hurried. She pours another cup of tea, savoring its warmth, instead of instantly texting a coworker about the delay. Each morning, Priya wakes up a bit earlier to sit in meditation. In the dim light of her apartment, she closes her eyes and focuses on her breath. Thoughts still arise. Fear about meeting, anger at setbacks, impatience to fix things now. But like a gardener with a weeding tool, she gently pulls at each worry and sets it aside without judgment. She practices acceptance, an ache in her back, the light flickering on the wall, a siren passing outside. She lets each sensation pass through her as if it were merely a cloud drifting in the sky. In these moments, Priya recalls Buddhist wisdom she has read. A verse comes to mind: "Water falling, drop by drop, will fill even a large pot." Likewise, the wise one, accumulating good little by little, becomes goodness itself. This Dhammapada verse reminds her to be patient like water. She realizes that big changes happen through many small, repeated acts. Maybe today she will only reply one calm email instead of 10. Maybe she will simply listen to a friend instead of giving advice. Perhaps she will forgive herself for a minor mistake, drop by drop, letting go of guilt. Each act of gentle kindness is like filling her pot of resilience. Priya also thinks of karma, the Buddhist principle that our actions shape our future. Everything she does now has consequences. If she reacts in anger, it will breed more conflict. If she acts with patience and care, it will eventually yield goodness. Buddhism teaches that nothing comes into being without a cause. A seed only grows its own kind of plant. In life, kind actions naturally bring back happiness, while harmful actions bring suffering. She decides to plant seeds of compassion and understanding. By pausing to empathize with her stressed co-worker, by taking the extra minute to reply to her partner's text with warmth, she is sowing seeds for a happier future. She understands that even if results don't appear immediately, karma unfolds over time, often much later or even in another lifetime. Now, when the same issues arise, something remarkable happens. Priya is steadier. A client screams at a deadline, she stays calm. A loved one snaps, she waits to respond. In that gap between stimulus and reaction, she finds a secret space. In that pause, she is choosing her path. As one teacher observed, building awareness of karma means realizing that if we have caused certain results, we will face their consequences. And likewise, if we want better results, we must nurture better causes. That realization makes her see patience as an active stance. When her anger flares, she sits with it, acknowledging the heat rather than running away. She remembers the wise counsel. Patience is not grin and bear it. It is accepting and understanding the present fully. Over the following weeks, Priya's patience becomes a practice. She sets aside each morning to meditate, and each night to reflect on what happened. She starts journaling small moments where waiting brought rewards. The joke her friend told only because she waited calmly. A solution that emerged while she sat quietly rather than forcing an immediate fix. Little by little, her inner turmoil eases. One evening, after a long day, Priya meditates by a window overlooking the city. The buildings glow amber as the sun sets. The horizon is a flat calm, a vast, empty sky, she thinks, and traffic lights are tiny flickers on the ground below. She sits still, the city's noise distant and muted. In her mind's eye, the hectic scenes of last week pass by like rolling credits at the end of a film. Each credit is an event, a conversation, an email, an insult. But Priya watches without clinging. She feels like the sky itself, unchanging, patient. The passing credits do not disturb the sky's vast emptiness. Just so, she realizes she need not be overwhelmed by every moment. Timeless wisdom. Throughout her journey, Priya finds answers in the teachings of Buddha. One sunrise, as her eyes open on a new calm, she remembers a verse. Do not dwell in the past. Do not dream of the future. Concentrate the mind on the present moment. The wisdom of those words sinks in. Past and future are traps. Worrying about what's gone or what's coming only steals today's peace. In fact, Buddhism teaches that the future does not exist, the past does not exist. The only thing in existence is the present moment. That realization cuts through Priya's fear. All her anxieties were about things outside this singular moment. Now she resolves to live each moment fully, with full presence and compassion. In her quiet times, Priya also recalls another metaphor she read. Consciousness is an eternal sky, and our lives and emotions are like passing clouds. The Buddha, and many traditions, taught that we often falsely identify with the storm of thoughts instead of the clear sky beneath. When Priya was angry or anxious, it was like being lost in a thundercloud, unable to see the sunshine behind. But each meditation reminded her, you are the vast sky. In this understanding, she found a new sense of freedom. She is not her worries. She is the awareness that observes them, untouched and unhurried. One afternoon, Priya sits by a lotus pond in a park, recalling that lotus often symbolizes purity rising above the muck. The pink blossoms glisten on green pads. She watches a bud slowly unfurl its petals to the sun. In nature's timing, everything is patient. The lotus doesn't force its bloom. It waits through every dawn. In that quiet moment, Priya smiles. Her life is much like this pond. A muddy bottom, life's challenges, gave rise to a beautiful lotus, her transformation. Every struggle was a drop of water, nourishing growth. She finally understands. Patience is not about doing nothing, but about trusting the unfolding. Like water filling the pot, life, situations have been shaping her drop by drop. Every piece of kindness, every pause of understanding, every breath of mindfulness has contributed. As the sky turns pink, Priya thinks back to her dream of past lives. Those memories were not random. They hinted at a grand tapestry. In Buddhism, the law of karma spans lifetimes, meaning the causes she plants now might bloom far into the future. The anger she let pass, the help she offered, these are not lost, even if no result is immediate. They will ripen. Day by day, Priya experiences subtle victories. A co-worker thanks her for listening calmly instead of snapping. A stalled project finally moves forward, not with force, but with collaborative care. Her partner notices her patience and feels safe to share fears. Even herself feels steadier. She is learning that true perseverance is steady perseverance, a gentle persistence. It's like swimming with the current rather than against it. Deep meditation has also become a refuge. In silence, Priya sometimes floats in a timeless now, a sweet suspension of worries. In those meditative states, she loses awareness of minutes, of urgent tasks. Only this conscious moment remains. It feels deeply powerful. Each time she returns from this inner stillness, she carries a piece of that peace with her. In these times, her reactions are tempered, her intuition clearer. Rising lotus weeks turn into months. The once frantic young woman is changing. Her friends see it too. You're so different, they say. Her boss notices how calmly she handles crises. Family dinner conversation flows smoothly when she's present. Priya herself feels it. A gentle confidence, a quiet joy. She's not just waiting anymore, she's growing. Like the lotus reaching for sunlight, she has risen through life's challenges. Inside her, the fiery panic has cooled. When disappointment comes, a delayed project, a miscommunication, Priya now smiles and releases it. She remembers impermanence. This too shall pass. When anger or fear stirs, she finds the soft pause before the reaction, and she breathes. It's not that problems are gone, but her perception is different. Once they were storms, now they are clouds in a wide blue sky. She is the sky. This patience has brought her unexpected rewards. Because she remained kind under pressure, people come to trust her. A frantic client now calls her my rock. A year ago, Priya might have broken under these crises. Today, she is the calm in the storm. Small misfortunes roll off her like water off a lotus leaf. Small successes don't inflate her ego. She has discovered something profound. Patience is not weakness. It is inner strength and wisdom. As one Buddhist insight declares, Kanti, patience, is a power. Her heart has also softened. The patience that calms the mind is inseparable from compassion. Priya finds herself forgiving others and herself more easily. When her impatient sister complains, Priya listens fully. When her own mistakes appear, she treats herself like a friend. It's okay. You'll learn next time. This gentle self-acceptance is new. She had learned from her own practice of Kanti that accepting herself, flaws and all, was the first step to patience. In moments of quiet, she reflects on the Buddha's words. The mind is everything. What you think, you become. She sees how her thoughts used to forge tension. Now they cultivate calm. She realizes the irony. The very moment she stopped fighting time, time stopped tormenting her. Now when she drifts back into reflection, the city noise outside is like a distant hymn. She smiles at the lotus in her lotus pond. Thank you, she whispers to the universe, to all her trials that taught her this lesson. Key takeaways. Patience, Kanti, is a spiritual perfection in Buddhism. It's not mere endurance, but a deep, active acceptance of life as it is. True patience grows in hardship and brings freedom. Actions have consequences. Every kind, thought, and deed plants seeds for future happiness, while harmful actions sow seeds of suffering. Over time, and even lifetimes, these causes ripen. Live in the present moment. The past and future are conceptual. Only this breath exists now. Peace comes from focusing your mind on this moment. Life is like a dream. By recognizing that our worries and conflicts are fleeting and illusory, like clouds in a vast sky, we can awaken to reality and let go of needless suffering. Patience is true power, not weakness. It's a strength built day by day, drop by drop, allowing us to face challenges with grace. Through patient perseverance, we cultivate compassion, balance, and higher wisdom. Patience may ask us to slow down, to wait, to trust. In today's fast world, that feels hard. But as Priya discovered, patience is the greatest ally on our journey. It teaches us that the most powerful action we can take is often simply to pause, breathe, and meet each moment with an open heart. In that stillness, you will find your